For decades, George Strait has been more than just a country music legend. He's been the quiet king of the genre, a man whose voice could soothe a nation and whose songs painted portraits of love, loss, and the American heartland. But now, at this stage of his life and career, something unexpected about the King of Country is making headlines everywhere, leaving fans both emotional and deeply reflective. The story of George Strait isn't just one of success, it's one of strength, tragedy, and resilience. Born in Texas, Strait built his name on simplicity and sincerity. While other artists chased trends, he stayed true to his roots, crafting timeless hits like Amarillo by Morning, The Chair, and Check Yes or No. But behind that cowboy hat and the smooth drawl was a man who quietly carried pain that few ever saw. Long before the stadiums and the sold-out tours, George endured heartbreak that would have broken most people. In 1986, he and his wife Norma faced an unimaginable tragedy when their teenage daughter, Jennifer, was killed in a car accident. The loss shook him to his core, and though he rarely spoke publicly about it, friends say it changed him forever. From that moment on, George became a man of few words, letting his music do the talking. Every performance, every lyric after that seemed to carry a deeper ache, a reflection of the loss he could never truly leave behind. Now, years later, headlines are once again surrounding George Strait, not for controversy or scandal, but for the sheer legacy he's built and the bittersweet milestones he's now facing. Recently, fans were stunned as George quietly hinted that his touring days may soon be behind him. After more than 4 decades of performing, he's been spending more time at his Texas ranch, focusing on family, faith, and the simple life he's always loved. "I've done everything I ever dreamed of doing," he said in a recent interview, "and I think it's time to slow down a bit." Those words hit fans like a thunderclap. The idea of a music world without George Strait on the road felt impossible. But behind the scenes, insiders say George has been reflecting on the toll of years of touring, the sleepless nights, the constant travel, and the quiet aches that come with time. Still, true to his character, he hasn't stepped away completely. His recent shows have drawn record-breaking crowds, proving that even after all these years, the king hasn't lost his crown. What's also drawing attention lately is his continued dedication to the people who made him who he is. While many stars chase fame, George has used his influence to give back, supporting veterans, disaster relief, and scholarships in his daughter's memory through the Jennifer Strait Foundation. For him, it's never been about celebrity. It's been about gratitude. Fans who've met him describe him as humble and soft-spoken, the same cowboy who'll take his hat off before shaking your hand. But perhaps the most emotional part of his story now is the legacy he's leaving behind. His songs aren't just hits, they're memories for millions who grew up with his music playing in their homes, their trucks, and their hearts. Each lyric feels like a page from his life, and in many ways, ours too. As George Strait approaches this new chapter, the headlines aren't about scandal or downfall, they're about appreciation, reflection, and respect for a man who defined a genre without ever needing to change who he was. He's proof that you can conquer the world quietly, that true greatness doesn't need noise. Whether or not he decides to hang up his touring hat, one thing is certain: his voice, his songs, and his legacy will never fade. For millions, George Strait isn't just the king of country, he's the soundtrack to their lives. And as the news spreads across every headline, one truth remains: there will never be another like him.